Hello, now I want to show you how to create forms. We need to create input forms for the users so that they no longer need to enter data straight into the table. Wherever possible, we want to avoid our users having to see all of these screens, because this is where changes can be made and this is where errors can be made. So we need to make it a lot easier for the users to use. And in fact, in our questionnaire to the owner of the franchise, he has told us that his users are experienced enough to be able to use the package as long as we make the package easier to use. So that's something we need to bear in mind. Also, when you design your form, you need to design it according to the brief that you asked the data users. They chose their favourite design, so you now need to make sure that your design meets the design that you propose in the questionnaire. That's something you need to do. I'm aware that you all know how to make forms because you made sample forms for your questionnaires, but I'll go through the process one more time. Pick your table records table, and then we need to go to create, and we need to go to form. This is pretty straightforward, much like reports. As soon as you click the button, it's made it for you. However, this is the default and the basic design, which we don't particularly want. So we can pick whatever we like. I'm going to go with this design here. But again, look, if you see it's pretty much in its default format. So I'm going to go to the design view and edit it slightly to make it look a bit better. And again, this is all straightforward. That pretty much is the colour that perhaps the big local app liked. However, we need to change this colour, so I can right click and I can go to fill the colour. I'll pick green, and as you can see, we're starting to get the design we like. You can also edit the fonts, so we could go for bold and we could go for black. So we've edited the font, so that's how you do that. You would also, if you go back to the design view, you can click the logo button and it'll ask us to pick a logo from somewhere on our computer and pretty much drag that wherever you like it. So that's putting a logo. You'd also need to edit the title. If you pick we'll just call it data entry. The default is the name of the table, and that's pretty much the design. You'll notice that when the users go to use the form, the way they navigate to the records are on these smaller buttons here. That's fine, but probably not as easy as it could be. So if we go back to the design view and we pick a button, so from design view, click button. As soon as we go to place the button wherever we want it, it'll open up a wizard for us. So we could have record navigation, and we could have go to next record. We click next. You can either use a symbol, you can use a graphic to do it if you like, or you can do a text. I'm just going to pick text in this example. And now I've got a next record button. We could also, just as one more example, we've got all of these options that we can go through. There is an option in the record operations to add a new record. We'll just go with that just to demonstrate how the whole process works. And again, move these around in any format you like. So I've put two buttons in. If I go to view, we're on record number 1. If I click next, it'll go to the next record. As you know, we've got about 4 or 5 records in here. So if a user wants to add a new record now, all they need to do is click add record. It takes them immediately to the next area. And then they've got the buttons to pick all the options they want from the data entry form. And that is basically how to do forms, how to do the design, and how to do the layout. If you missed anything, go back through the video, and it should talk you through the process, and you can repeat anything that you missed. You need to make forms for all of your tables so that the whole database becomes easier to use, and make sure you take advantage of these buttons here, because we don't particularly want the users navigating with the bottom buttons. And finally, the last thing is when you save it, you need to save it again using the proper naming conventions. So because it's a form, it will be FRM. Click OK, and now we've got a form. So that concludes this lesson on data entry and forms. The next time I'll show you how to make the main switchboard. Thanks.